Alright, I'm not beating around the bush on this one. Guardians 3 spoilers are happening right from the start. If you don't want any spoilers for that movie, click away in 3, 2, 1. Still here? Cool. So Guardians 3 ends with the team going through a revamped lineup consisting of Rocket, Groot, Kraglin, Cosmo, Adam Warlock, and one of the High Evolutionaries' rescued experiments, a girl named Phyla. We don't get much of an idea of what she can do, but based on the name, it's pretty clear she's meant to be an adaptation of Phyla Vell. Short version, she's a daughter of the original Captain Marvel, Kree warrior Mar-Vell, and the Eternal Elysius, created after Mar-Vell's death through comic book super science. She was plenty tough on her own, but during the Annihilation event, she gained access to the quantum bands, no relation, and gained the ability to create energy constructs, taking up the mantle of Quasar. In the aftermath, she became a member of the newly formed Guardians of the Galaxy, only to quickly step away once she found out the team had been brought together by Star-Lord using Mantis' powers to psychically nudge them all into agreeing to sign up in the first place. Here we get into a bit of a rabbit hole. Phyla and Drax both went off in search of a way to resurrect Moondragon, and okay, this is a rabbit hole all on its own. Short version here is that Moondragon was Drax's thought-to-be-dead daughter, who was actually alive. She started a relationship with Phyla, only to be killed for real by Ultron during Annihilation. In the process of reviving her, Phyla agreed to become the Avatar of Oblivion, not to be confused with Death, completely separate cosmic entities. I think. And she took on the name of Martyr after doing so. She didn't get to do a lot with this new title, since she was manipulated into freeing a newly resurrected Thanos at the tail end of the 2008 Guardians run, and he promptly killed her. I know it's popular to say no one stays dead in comics because, yeah, functionally that's true, but sometimes it's a little more nuanced than that. In Phyla's case, her death actually stuck, although an alternate universe version of herself jumped ship into the main universe back in 2018, and has stuck around since then. So, yeah, it's hard to say for sure until we have a better idea if/when Marvel plans to use the Guardians again in the movies, but I doubt most of Phyla's comic backstory is going to come into play. There's been no indication of Moondragon ever showing up, and if she did, they'd probably cut her connection with Drax altogether. And since the MCU's version of Mar-Vell died in the 90s and was more of a scientist than a warrior, there's probably no relation there. Maybe they could give it a tweak and say that she was created with Carol's genes, but I feel like the Marvels is already crowded enough as is, so they wouldn't pull that trigger until at least the third movie, and that seems like a lot to commit to straight away. But hey, the less they use this Phyla for, the less likely she'll die, so there's that. Next week, we cover a very specific Spider-Person.